Umag, Croatia. Small town nestled into a beautiful country known for its clear waters, its medieval architecture, and its cultural impact from both Western and Eastern hemispheres. But now also known for its futsal tournament. You heard that right. A futsal tournament in a small town in northern Croatia saw the United States take on the Czech Republic, Slovenia, and France in a short tournament over a long weekend a couple weeks ago. Very exciting stuff for the United States because, of course, we saw 3 wins through the tournament, and we saw some sneak peeks into some new players that made it into rotation, as well as some friendly faces that were at the World Cup in 2021. So this has been a great second look at the team, see where these training camps that we see on Twitter from the extended national team have posted have developed into. And they really had a test on all 3 fronts with the teams involved in this tournament. The first game saw a win against the Czech Republic, 5-3, where the Czech Republic played very physical. It was a very tough match. It tested their mental fortitude as well because it was very much a chippy game and very physical. They were right there the entire time. Then Slovenia, another game that was a bit of a grind, not quite as physical, but Slovenia hung in there, was constantly on our players' backs looking for an opportunity to counter. And we even got into some early foul trouble in the first half that tested our mental fortitude again to keep calm, get through that half and restart those foul counts so we don't get those penalty kicks. And then in the final match against France, a very well-rounded team that really tested our fortitude, our strength, and sticking into a game that was very competitive where a team had an answer and didn't quit. Very good games all the way around, really tested the players and showed what the new guys are all about as well. And there were some very memorable moments from the weekend. If you want to catch any of the match highlights, I'd strongly recommend you look up B4 Slovenia on Facebook, where the VODs are still live from their Facebook live streams of the matches. There's some really good stuff in there. They did a great job and even got through some technical difficulties and listened to the fans in the chat and made fixes to make the stream better. So they deserve a ton of credit because they really put on a great show. As I mentioned, there were wins across the board. There was some struggle in that Slovenia match. One of the most memorable moments for me watching this tournament, and I think one of the biggest highlights, was from our young goalkeeper, Robert Dameron, who actually plays for Futsal Factory out of Ann Arbor, Michigan in the NFPL. He really stepped up to the plate in his start and blocked 2 penalty kicks at the end of the half. I mean, absolute stunners. I'm showing them now on screen. I think they deserve to be seen by everyone. What a strong presence in that arc to keep us in it and preserve our lead going into the half. Makes a huge difference keeping that momentum at halftime in any sport. And then Zach Riggett, a regular that we saw from the CONCACAF tournament that qualified us for the World Cup. And in the World Cup itself in 2021, Zach did his best Booker T impression by scoring 5 times and doing a spinneroonie on his first goal of the tournament. Congratulations, Zach, on a great turnout. Very memorable performance in all 3 games that we were able to see. But now for the neutral hat to come on as I report to you guys, because we have to be realistic about one thing. The 3 teams that did show up to this tournament were not the first teams from these countries like the United States provided for the tournament. Very interesting tournament setup, in fact, because we saw different age groups across all 4 teams. U21s coming from the Czech Republic and under 21s from Slovenia, and then under 23 team from France. Now, Europe is currently competing in their World Cup qualifiers at the time of that tournament. I think that those players that are the top teams were focused on that. That is far more important than a friendly tournament. But it's still a great tune-up for the United States and really showed the development of the team and the development of the tactics from the coaching staff. And they looked way stronger than they did in the World Cup, in my personal opinion. So I'm really excited, but do have to put that neutral bit in there and just point out that there was, in fact, some teams involved that were not true first teams from these countries, but still something to be very proud of. United States bringing home some silverware from the Umag Nations Cup tournament in Croatia. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you continue to follow the U.S. national team as they start to get back out there and start getting involved in some friendlies. And until next time, I hope you guys play with your soul.